What's up, everybody? It's Carpo here. It's October 20th or something, 2013. And I decided to do this video for I guess a subscriber. He was asked me to do a video. He asked me if I could explain what I meant when I said reject nothing, accept everything, reject nothing. So I tried to think about how to put it into words, and it's a simple concept, but it's not exactly, it's more of a philosophy and a practice. And what it basically means is this: if you have something that's confronting you, an issue in life that's really bothering you, and you don't know what to do about it, then you have to analyze the problem, ask if there could possibly be an answer to it. Now, if there can, then you deal with it. An example would be your, you have a moldy loaf of bread. That's a problem. You go get some new bread. Okay, this is a problem that can be solved. Simple things like this. You don't have to accept that your food is rancid. You can get fresh food. However, when you get, let's say you get your arm chopped off and there's no way to fix it, you have to accept that you'll never have your arm back. Doesn't mean you can't get a mechanical arm. That could be the solution to it. But what it means is accept everything that happens to you as being what it is, because it's happened. There's no way to go back and change something that happened yesterday. There's no way to reminisce your way out of a situation. Embracing your past, thinking about the things you've done wrong is important. It's important not to obsess about things you've done wrong or dwell on them, but to use them to make sure you don't do things like that are wrong again. But we as a society try to reject everything that we don't like. And most people will find when they look into a situation deep enough that what they're rejecting is usually accepted by someone else. So one person is telling another person, by rejecting their ideals or thoughts or actions, whatever it may be, by rejecting them, they're rejecting part of themselves, because they're rejecting the whole. And it goes back to a Buddhist philosophy basically about how when you reject part of the whole, you're rejecting part of yourself. It would be like a person saying that they love all the planets except Neptune sucks. I mean, that sounds kind of silly, but it is silly. And it's just as silly as a Muslim rejecting a Buddhist, or let's say a lumberjack rejecting a mill worker. You cannot reject part of the whole, the entirety of the universe, the entirety of our world, our little creation. So accepting it is merely going with the flow, and you don't have to accept things that you see as wrong. See, people know in their hearts when something's wrong. Now, you have to distinguish between whether you going with the flow doesn't mean you have to accept every bad thing as being part of it and just say, oh well, it is what it is. See, that's a misconception a lot of people have. You have to just accept everything unconditionally. It just means that don't waste your energy on things that you can't change. And the things that you can change, think of the most cool, calm solutions to them. And things go a lot easier. And an example would be, don't be obsessing about certain characters in the government, in the political arena. I mean, getting divided over, let's say, whether it be Obama or Bush or whatever season it may be. And it's about rejecting the whole, the entirety of the system, and figuring out a way to deal with that. You see, because each solution has to be thought through on its own account. And so if you think about it and there's nothing you can do about it, then you have to accept it. You're at the same time accepting what it is and rejecting its impact on you. Because The only things that affect us are the things we allow to affect us. And the less of those things we have, the happier we are. So we just move out of that realm of letting things bother us. You know, I see it visually. I don't even see it. I see it as metaphorically, like a person with all these, say, bugs flying around them, and they're just swatting at them, and just going crazy. And then there's the calm, collected guy who just merely pulls his shirt up over his nose and just goes along his way. And that, I guess, is the metaphor that just came to mind now for this particular situation. Figure out a way to solve the annoyances. Don't let them get to you. Keep going. Don't let it distract you on your path. So I'll leave it at that. Namaste, everybody.